Alright, so welcome everyone to this introductory lesson. So here we're going to talk about a little bit about the storyline of our course. Okay, so just to take a quick overview of the story, there is a sword which is, a kind of an energetic sword getting hold by this hand, which is, kept placed under this piece of the stone or the rocks. And this is going to burst out the source of the energy. So let me just going to play the timeline for you, and you're going to see the kind of reaction. So here is the reaction. So this is basically the Maya particles, and all these reactions are, achieved with the help of the Maya particles, and obviously with the help of the Maya fluids as well. So here in this course, we would like to divide the course into two sections. The first one is like that, we're going to deal with this reaction, which is, a kind of a magical effect of the particles, or the energy effect which is getting released in a radial fashion. And second one would be the release of the energy directly from the sword. Okay, so this being a very fantasy or magical kind of an effect, and the display and the rendering is all done with the help of the software rendering particle. And there are very interesting stuff comes out when the question comes about the rendering and the type of the choice of the particles we would like to consider. So we would be discussing in detail about all this kind of things, okay, inside our lessons. So I guess, guys, the story is pretty much clear to all of you. The first reaction would be this one right here in front of you, the kind of reaction which the particle is getting emitted vertically straightway from the sword. Okay, then after getting studied and done with this sections in terms of the movement, behavior, shading, everything, we're going to jump up to this reaction. This is a little bit tricky, not tricky, but a little bit a kind of difficult to achieve reaction. But once you get through with the rig of the particles, this would be really going to be too much, in the you can say the variety. I mean, you're going to get a lot of changes in the reaction, a lot of versatilities you can add inside the moment and the reactions of the particles. And the interesting thing is also that the whole count of the particle was somewhere around 5.5 to 7.5 millions. Yes, if we're gonna include all the reactions, all those particles, including them, the radially oriented particles and the vertically oriented particles, the whole particle count goes to somewhere around 5.5 to 7.5 millions, which is really very high. And the great thing is that, Maya is getting too much powerful to support and to hold even millions of the particles on your viewport. And I must have to address that it wasn't like that much difficult for me to create that. Even the rendering times were also, highly optimized in the Mendeley, in fact. So there are a lot of things with this reactions, and our journey will going to be get really very beautiful. So let's do one thing. Let's get jump inside the technicalities of this reactions. All right. So let's get started.